How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Rads. First video in a while, so apologies for the fact that I was away, unintentionally, actually. So yeah, definitely apologies for that. But let's make amends by starting with this video against Blackpool. Not the video against Blackpool, that's not quite possible. We'll talk about the Blackpool game in this video. I rescued that pretty well, I think, so that deserves a like and subscribe, so please do that. I mean, yeah, we absolutely made hard work for ourselves today, really, didn't we? Going to a replay in the first place was really quite poor and shocking. Fair play to Blackpool, you know, for giving it a go, a really good go, to the point where they gave it to, you know, they got us through a replay, they came back in the replay, and I really thought they were going to win the game at one stage today. And then what they did to us the year before, 4-1. I don't want to play Blackpool for quite a while, to be quite honest. But thank you for making life hard for ourselves, Forest. Anyway, the lineup going into this, I thought we should go with a similar team to the first game, only I wanted Mangala to come in for, I think it was Danilo initially, but he came in for Morgan Gibbs-White, of course, who seems to be injured, which really isn't ideal. Can we not have him out for long at all? He's a pretty important player, if you ask me. Nico, I wanted him to come in for Montiel, to be honest. Just, I thought he deserved to come in. I thought Montiel was a bit up and down in the Blackpool game, like the whole team were. And then Omar, I wanted him to come in and play, and we got all of that. The only other change that I wasn't too fussed on was Tavares, who isn't a bad player, don't get me wrong. I actually think he did pretty well in the first game and did all right today at times, but I don't think he's the answer, and there's a good chance he may very well be leaving this month anyway, because there has been a report recently that he might be getting recalled by Arsenal, as well as Divock Origi. And again, I've not uploaded much. I haven't even been talking about this on the channel, of course, the FFP breach. Probably should be mentioned at some point in this video, given the fact I've not mentioned it already. That's probably going to drag on for quite a while though, so I'm sure I'll mention it in even more detail. That's really clouded over the club the last few weeks, and it's now been officially announced that we have been breaching rules. But I mentioned that because of, like I say, those two might be getting sent back, and the lack of players being linked to Forest. There really hasn't been much going on at all. A lot of outgoings potentially happening, one of them being Mangala. I didn't expect him to play at all today, or maybe even again for us, so I was really pleased that he played, and he played the whole game, and I think he did really well. So that's fantastic, and I want him to stay. I think he's a crucial player. Looking at the goals, I thought fantastic goal from Andrew Bamadelli. Andrew Bamadelli. There we go. I mean, what a way to announce yourself. You come in and make your debut after 5 months of waiting for it, and you score what is a genuinely really good finish. I know he was totally unmarked, but you had to be there and you had to finish it under pressure. Great goal, really good goal, and what's the future for him? I don't know, but I think he made a good impression this evening against Blackpool, so fair play to him for that. And then obviously the second goal, it was a bit of a scrappy goal really. Their goalkeeper got injured, had to go off as a result of it. A short while later, Dominguez clashing with him. I think he hurt his arm or something, but Danilo was there to mop up the scraps, just pressing really high, and it was a really good finish from Danilo, and I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy for him because he needed that more than anyone, I think, because he's not been the same player this season. Until the last few games, he's just not been performing, and I'm really pleased that since probably the second half against Newcastle, but definitely that Man United game, he's been much better. So hopefully he can rekindle that form he had last season. But of course, after this, it kind of went downhill. The game went a bit flat, missing golden opportunities. And even, to be honest, when we were in the lead, we didn't look all too convincing, if I'm entirely honest, on the ball, giving it away quite cheaply a lot of the time. And that was the concerning thing, even when winning. We didn't look like a Premier League team playing a League One team. And fair play to Blackpool for coming back into it. They took advantage of that. It was a great goal for them to get back into it, but you've got to talk about the defending. The defending was absolutely woeful. I've not even seen it back that much, but it was just a calamity of errors. I was watching it at the time thinking, someone just clear it, just get it up the pitch, you know, get it out of danger. And no one did. It was just a calamity of really cheap headers and terrible clearances away, and it only fell to one of their players. A fantastic finish from him, to be fair to him. Can you blame Vlachodimos for it? Maybe yes, because I've seen a really stupid stat. I'm not even sure how true it is. It may even be out of date, because I saw it midway through the game, but 4 shots on target in the last 2 games. We've conceded 4 goals with Lashadimos in net, and it just continues to say both goalkeepers we've got are nowhere near the level required. This is against the League One team, and he's being exposed. It's a major concern, and I'm seeing reports from the Telegraph very recently saying that we're not even going to sign a goalkeeper this window, maybe because of the FFP thing. So yeah, we've got to find a solution. One of them has got to drastically improve, or I mean, I don't know what the answer is, to be honest. Sign a new goalkeeper, but it clearly isn't an option right now. Second goal, I mean, I'm not going to blame Vlachodimos too much. I think Nico kind of let his man go a bit too cheaply, and Murillo really got completely out-jumped. And, you know, those two, Murillo and Nico, I really like both of them an awful lot. I think they're brilliant players, but Nico has the tendency to sometimes get skinned too easily. That's happened ever since he's been with us, to be honest. He can have a blinding game and then he'll just go and he'll get skinned, and you know, that's the only concern I got with Nico. He's a bit up and down, and then Murillo, I mean, he's obviously been incredible, but he was out jumped there a bit too easily. Another thing as well, it took far too long for the substitutes to come on. Toffolo and Montiel and Wall and McKenna actually getting an appearance finally. I think he did all right when he came on as well. Aguilera looked fantastic, looked really bright when he came on. I really hope he gets more minutes and opportunities. And yeah, thankfully, we managed to find our flow again and stay in the game and just calm down and just reassess ourselves. And we managed to get a lot more chances and looked better for sure. Still had to hold on right to the very end when Blackpool had a lot of pressure. But yeah, it was a good goal from Woody. You know, it couldn't really have been any more walked in if we tried. Yates, you know, the extreme edge of the pitch, playing it into Woody, couldn't miss. But yeah, we got the winning goal. It was more relief than anything, to be honest, and joy. It shouldn't have come to that. Fair play to Blackpool for making it hard and for not giving in. Good luck to them this season, but it shouldn't have come to that. And Bristol City next. You know, we know what Bristol are like a lot more than Blackpool down the years. We've played them many times, obviously with totally different teams, but they're never an easy team. They're never someone that you can say is going to be an easy 3 points. And obviously the last time that we played Bristol, it was a well, not the last time we played them, but the last time at Ashton Gate, it was a very, very special game, of course, from Lard Taylor getting those 2 late goals. Probably the game that we all thought, yeah, something special happening here. The early stages of something potentially special happening, and it became pretty good, didn't it? After that, Premier League football and all that. But yeah, returning there would be pretty special, partly for that game, but also because, you know, we don't have to play West Ham now, which would have been a lot harder. But I do think Bristol, no doubt, it's not going to be easy that at all. But it is certainly more favourable, for being brutally honest. But more importantly, Brentford next in the league, a massive game in the Prem. I mean, lineup, who knows? We're looking quite stretched with the AFCON players gone and quite a few players are injured. Alanga and Morgan being injured is really, really bad. And I'm not too confident when it comes to the transfer window. You know, how many players are we going to be able to bring in? I just don't know with the situation going on. How much is it going to restrict us? I don't know, but we've got to bring at least a couple of players in. We need just to bring at least one forward in, if you ask me, just to spruce that up. Brentford next, massive game. Desperately need to get 3 points, really. Bristol in the Cup, and then obviously Arsenal, massive game again at the City Ground. I'll be vlogging that one, don't you worry. I know I've been inconsistent recently, I do apologise for that. Not even inconsistent, I've not even uploaded besides that Blackpool vlog in the last 2.5 weeks. So that's it's really poor for me, if I'm honest, so I'm sorry for that. Hope you've enjoyed this though. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe to Rads if you're new, and I will see you soon for my Brentford review out on Saturday evening, all but certainly. Stay tuned to that. And yeah, up the Reds.